Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your ClarkCountyToday.com video update for Monday, February 1st. Well, Clark County added 308 more COVID-19 cases over the weekend, along with 4 additional confirmed deaths. That pushes us to 17,164 total cases and 186 deaths, including 15 suspected. There are 52 confirmed and 7 suspected COVID patients, taking up 10.2% of total hospital bed space, and 656 people with a case that is currently considered active. Appointments for this week at the Clark County Fairgrounds vaccination site opened at noon on Sunday, but most people were met with frustration as they tried to become one of the 3,000 or so people who could sign up. Some said they thought their sign up had gone through, only to have the site crash and no confirmation. Others got a slot only to find out it had been filled up by the time they filled in their information. Many others simply couldn't get in, and several said getting answers about what happened has been nearly impossible. Lauren Jenks, Assistant Secretary for Environmental Public Health with the Washington Department of Health, said that they are exploring other options to create a single method of signing up, but frustration is likely to continue at least until the supply of vaccine doses greatly improves. You can read more about this on our website. Meanwhile, Clark County Public Health, along with Cowlitz and Skamania counties, continues to work towards more ways for people to get vaccinated. That has included help from FEMA incident management team that's working to build up resources. Still, the problem there, once again, is a lack of supply. The state said providers requested over 300,000 doses last week, but we're only receiving about a third of that in the state. To date, over 500,000 people in Washington have received at least their first dose, but nearly 2 million are eligible under the current phase of vaccinations. The county says its goal is to create more mobile vaccination units to reach elderly populations who can't get out, or some long-term care facilities that are lagging behind. More details are expected sometime in the next week or two. Well, if you were a customer at Stellar Hair Design in Camas on January 19th through the 23rd, or on the 26th between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., you may have been exposed to COVID-19. Clark County Public Health put out the warning this weekend after they were unable to identify clients who may have been exposed. Anyone who is at the Camas salon on those dates is being encouraged to quarantine at least 14 days from the date of possible exposure. To date, there are no known cases of infection amongst customers of the salon. If you were a customer and developed symptoms, you're asked to contact your local healthcare provider. Well, a moment of inattention led to a scary couple of hours for the parents of 2 young children in Hazeldale. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says the children had just been put into their car seats when the driver briefly left that car running. Video shows a white late model sedan pull up, a passenger gets out and takes off with the running car. It was found several blocks away, both children still inside. One of them was still asleep. The suspect was described as a black male of average height. He was wearing a gray hoodie and black baggy pants. The suspect vehicle was a white Kia Optima with tinted windows and gray wheels. Anyone with information is asked to call the non-emergency line at 311. Well, after more than 2 years, a message in a bottle tossed into the Pacific Ocean by a battleground girl found its way to the shores of Papua New Guinea, where it sparked connection a world away. Jacob Granneman has the amazing story.
Nikki and her family were sailing back home aboard their sailboat from spending years on the mission field in and around Papua New Guinea. She never thought the small note in the bottle would reach anywhere. Today, it has washed up on the shores of the Conflict Islands, which are part of Papua New Guinea. The staff of the Conflict Islands Conservation Initiative found the note and could not have been more thrilled to connect with not only Nikki, but the world.
Hello, my name is Nikki. I am a 17-year-old girl from the United States.
I think it was only 3 days before we were going to cross the equator that we were like, we should do something, because normally, you jump in the water, or you're supposed to throw like a memento overboard or something. We thought, hey, we have never thrown a message in a bottle over, why not? And then my friend was on board, so she really wanted to, because this was going to be her only open ocean crossing. We're leaving the South Pacific, let's just throw it over and see what happens. So she wrote one and I wrote one, and we put them in different bottles, and then as we crossed the equator, we threw it at the same time.
So what I did was to look for means and ways to find the owner of the message in a bottle. So the best way to do is take it across to Haley because she works in the office. And
so on our island here, we don't have phone network or any sort of normal means of communications. A lot of the time, it's still writing letters and passing it on boats that are coming through. I posted onto social media and the story got picked up really quickly. I tried to email, but I put a L instead of a 1, so the email bounced back, but then someone recommended putting a 1 instead of a L, and then that got through to Nikki, and since then we've been getting people from all over the world message us.
We went down there with one, job in mind, and we ended up doing all sorts of different things. That was eye-opening, in a sense that, like, God uses you wherever you are.
All right, thanks so much, Jacob. Hey, lastly, this evening, more than 2,000 of you responded to the most recent poll at ClarkCountyToday.com, where we asked whether you supported Congresswoman Jaime Herrera Beutler's vote to impeach former President Donald Trump. Just under 60% of you said you felt the Republican was correct in joining nine of her House colleagues in that vote. The poll has a 3% margin of error. Now we're asking you to weigh in on a controversial bill that recently passed in the Washington Senate. SB 5066 would require any law enforcement officer witnessing excessive use of force on the part of another officer to intervene. Visit ClarkCountyToday.com to weigh in and tell us whether you think this law is a good idea or a bad one. Hey, you can also share your thoughts with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we encourage you to like and subscribe to be among the first to see when a new story is posted. And by the way, while you'll find plenty of local news content at ClarkCountyToday.com, there's one thing you'll never encounter: a request to pay for a subscription. But there is one way you can help, aside from shopping with our advertisers. Simply share us with your friends and family. That's it. If you'd like to share a news tip or story suggestion, those can be emailed to news@ClarkCountyToday.com. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with you again tomorrow.